It's a day off for the players. 3 days into training camp today, but that doesn't mean it was a day off for the Cowboys head coach or for Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. Welcome back, everyone. Brad Sham with Mickey Spagnola, and Mike McCarthy did have a news briefing today. Mick, what jumped out at you?
Well, the one thing that jumped out to me, Brad, was when I was watching, and again, it was a mini camp-like practice, Aldon Smith move around in his first practice with the Cowboys. First practice for him in 5 years. I thought he moved awfully well, and Mike McCarthy kind of qualified that and said, absolutely, for a guy his size, he can still move.
First practice for Aldon Smith in 5 years in training camp. First practice for Mike McCarthy in a year and a half after taking last year off. How did it feel being back out there?
It felt great to be out there, no question. But frankly, I was just really focused on all the little things. We've all been part of the game of football for a long time, but you know, every component of your practice is not always the same. So just really staying in tune with the particulars, and you know, it's a different practice set up, and so just really focused on, you know, getting the drills the right way. We had a number of drills that were just really the first time we were able to do them with the players, and they were brand new. So you know, you had some teaching tempo going on out there. So, but yes, it was. It felt great once we got into the team periods, because you know, you feel like you're finally getting back to some real football.
McCarthy's been talking to his team remotely for months, but now he's got a chance to actually feel like a coach. What's his messaging been to his players?
You know, this has been a different training camp. You know, we've had what we refer to as a pre-training camp, so there's a lot of messaging going on there. I mean, frankly, just the biggest thing that we talked about going into the first practice was the importance of, you know, we have 19 practices before we play the LA Rams. So and just and how important each practice is, and staying, you know, tuned into the details of it. I'm not really worried about the physical talent of this team. I think we all agree it's definitely high in nature. So we're just really to focus on the emotional development, the football IQ, and most importantly, to pull it all together as a team.
One thing all of us watching practice yesterday saw that was new was red jerseys on the quarterbacks. Cowboys haven't done that. Mike McCarthy almost always has.
It's just something, frankly, that's been done everywhere I've ever worked. So it's more of a preference. It's obviously, I think it identifies clearly the objective. You know, particularly when you get into the team periods. You know, it's it's just really a preference of mine. But to be honest, you know, back in the 90s, and those guys really didn't run the ball so much, so you know, it might be a little unfair when Dak turns it upfield with a red jersey. So, but it's just a, you know, protection and identification format that I've always used.
And McCarthy also got an opportunity to talk about the latest Cowboys signee, defensive end Everson Griffin, who, when McCarthy was with Green Bay, played the Packers twice a year while he was with Minnesota.
Well, I can't say enough about Everson Griffin. Just the fact of being able to compete against him twice a year. He was always a primary focus for us offensively, going up against him. He's a relentless player. He brings it, you know, every down. So has great passion for the game. I've had an opportunity to visit with him, and he's extremely excited. He's a big personality, so I think he's going to be a great fit for our football team.
And Brad, I guarantee you McCarthy knows what he's talking about, because that guy was a handful to prepare for when he played him when he was with the Packers.
Mickey's got the latest on the return of Leighton Vander Esch when we continue on Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, is brought to you by AT&T. Sleep Number. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. And by Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. This segment is brought to you by Sleep Number. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store.
Welcome back to Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. The Cowboys are excited about the return of Leighton Vander Esch, their star rookie linebacker of 2 years ago, who missed half his sophomore season with what looked like a debilitating neck injury. But he's back and he looks great. Mickey's got the story.
There might not be a guy on this Dallas Cowboys roster happier to be back on the field this week than third-year linebacker Leighton Vander Esch. Remember, he was placed on season-ending injured reserve last year with a neck injury, ending his season after 9 games, with surgery following in mid-January.
I've been training for like 3-4 months hard. I got all my strength back. I'm back and better than I was as far as strength before I got hurt. So everything's going great there. I feel amazing. I'm just excited to be on the field. I changed my pads up a little bit. But as far as protection and everything, I mean, you're a player, so you just kind of got to do things that work for you.
And as far as he's concerned, he's put the injury behind him.
Honestly, that's all behind me. I'm not even worried about my neck or anything anymore. I don't talk about it. It is what it is, and people can think what they want to think about it. But like I said, I've been training for 4 months hard. I'm already better than I was before I got hurt with that injury, and so it doesn't affect me. I just don't talk about it. It's not worth wasting time about. But like I said, I'm excited. I'm so pumped to be out there and to get back in with that defense and just start playing on the field and putting the pads on and just having fun again.
Sounds as if you might find Vander Esch in the middle of that defense instead of on the weak side. But no matter where he is, he knows darn well this defense must improve.
But this year, I mean, like I said, we gotta stop talking about it and we gotta start doing it. It's as simple as that. Not getting too far ahead of ourselves, just taking it a week at a time and leading those guys, getting everybody on the same page, getting them lined up so we can play fast and so we can make an impact on the field and get that ball for our offense.
No doubt about that.
DeMarcus Lawrence talks about life in the bubble when we continue on Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
This segment was brought to you by Sleep Number. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store.
Welcome back to Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. Brad Sham and Mickey Spagnola. You may have heard the Cowboys players, for the most part, not all of them, but about 90%, have put themselves in a training camp bubble. Not a team-mandated thing. It's what the players did. And DeMarcus Lawrence, a team captain a year ago, talked about that yesterday.
You know, just being a football player, you have to adjust and be so deliberate in your movement within splits of seconds. So being able to play football has really helped me, you know, realize that life is not always going to be a steady line, and you're going to have some bumps in the road. And it's all about, you know, adjusting and making your dues count when it's supposed to.
You know, Brad, I've been advocating the Cowboys do this from a player's standpoint. Get everybody in training camp just like you would in Oxnard and stay in that Omni. One side note, Lale Collins missed practice. He's been having problems with the back that was bothering him last year.
And tomorrow morning, back on the field for practice, Mickey and I will be back with you Monday on Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, was brought to you by AT&T. Sleep Number. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. And by the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.